Hey everyone, this week I'm back and I'm doing a sample roundup. Stay tuned. Okay, so following on from a couple weeks ago where I did the Sphinx, or I guess it was last week, but I wanted to kind of follow up and talk about them because I've worn basically everything since then. Give you kind of my opinions, which ones I'm interested in buying, which ones I probably will skip. First date, I think first date's phenomenal. First date smells amazing. It smells like a first date. I think it's totally unisex. I like it. It's soft, cozy, nice, and warm. Sphinx Signature, I actually like that one quite a bit. It grew on me over time. Still not one of my favorites, but I think if you're looking for something nice, professional, a signature scent, then it would work just well. KoKonut Daquiri smells really nice. I think it's better for women maybe than for me. As anyone who's watched my channel knows, I don't really give a crap about what the target is. If it smells good and it's something I think I could wear. This one for me is just, it's maybe a little too traditionally feminine, but I think it smells really beautiful. I would like it on my wife. Cairo Nights smells so good. Cairo Nights I'm going to be picking up. That's near the top of the list. That I think is a good alternative to Altair, a much more affordable version. It's not version, I don't want to say it's like they're cloning, because I don't think that's what it is, but has the same vibe, similar smell, but significantly cheaper. Black Anubis, I like the smell of Black Anubis. When I smell it, it makes me think of like I'm 10 years old and I've gotten in trouble at a friend's house and my friend's father has grabbed me by the back of the neck and this is the smell that I have. Smells good, smells traditionally masculine, but yeah, something similar, some sort of association with that. Still, I really do like it a lot, so I probably will smell that one more. Horchata de Vanille, I think it's really fun. Don't know if it, I don't know if it crosses the threshold from candle to fragrance though for me. Really, really nice though. I do like it a lot. I like the smell of it. I like wearing it. So I don't know. I'm gonna give that one a little bit more goes. Wood of Gods. I feel like an idiot that I didn't realize that it was patchouli and rose, because like now I'm like, oh yeah, it's like noir de noir or something like that. You know, where it's got that kind of chocolatey patchouli. Really, really beautiful. Like that one quite a bit. That would probably also be near the top of the list. There are two that didn't get recorded, so you don't get my first impressions, but I'm gonna spray them now and just talk about them briefly. The first one of those is going to be Sphinx Elixer. So, Sphinx Elixir, this one, I like this one a lot. So, Elixir, the first thing you're obviously going to think about is Sauvage Elixir, and I think there could be potentially inspirations, but I don't think that it's a clone or anything of that. But I do feel like there is kind of that spicy anise in here. I like this a lot. I'll say this, I've worn this a couple of times. I like this more than Sauvage Elixir. I've worn Sauvage Elixir a couple times and I thought it was fine. There's something more appealing about this, there's like kind of this like leathery thing going on. It's a nice masculine, spicy fragrance. In fact, kind of smelling this, I would have like kind of figured this to be more like the Sphinx Signature. Because this feels like a signature scent to me. I like it quite a bit. It seems serious, spicy, aromatic, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of leather. That's really nice. It is really nice. I like it quite a bit. Not as much though as the next one, which I didn't get to talk about, which is Tabac Citron Vanille. This one, as you might guess from the name, it is in the vein of Tobacco Vanille, except I like this so much better. So I think this is better than the Tom Ford. I know that's a controversial statement, but the reason why I think this is better, I really like Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford, but I do kind of find it to be a little one note, and I think at this point it has become a little bit of a candle scent, because you have that kind of chocolate, vanilla, and then tobacco. I feel like I've definitely like smelled that at Fred Meyer. This, on the other hand, kind of adds in that citrus to it, which is an interesting pairing with the others, but it really works out. Like this has like kind of this sweetness that's like really appealing, really enticing. It smells like a fragrance. It doesn't smell like a candle. This smells like something that you would want to wear. And it is. It's nice, warm, soft. It's not screechy. It's not like red tobacco, something that's gonna like clear the room. This is something that people will smell and they'll just be like, oh man, something smells really good. You know what I mean? I guess someone, they'll know that this is a person, but they'll probably be like, what is that? Like, I smell someone, they smell really good. What is that? Because that would be my reaction to this. I would be like kind of following my nose, trying to hunt down who's wearing this and find out what it is. Yeah, it's just one of those scents. I've worn this one a couple of times and it's really nice. Cozy is a good descriptor for it. So check that one out, I think, for sure. I would actually probably say, looking at these right now, all of them laid out, Cairo Nights is at the top. I think First Date follows that. I think after that is Tobacco, Citron Vanille, Wood of Gods, Sphinx Elixir, and then the rest I could pick up or not. But those ones I would like to own because I think those ones are all pretty phenomenal. I have been amassing samples recently and figured I could go through them with you guys. So I'm gonna start off with some randoms that I got when I bought some other fragrances. First one, this is all from Precious Liquids here, these four. They sent me a little strip, a scent strip with Tobacco Royale on it, or Royal Tobacco Royal. Smells good, kind of in contrast to Tabac Citron Vanille. This is more spicy, more traditionally tobacco. If you're looking for something that's just a more spicy tobacco, that's a good one. Doesn't really stand out to me. Unlike this one, this other one that they have here, which is Salt and Pepper. So Salt and Pepper, this one's interesting because I don't know what I'm smelling. Like, it gives the vibe of salt and pepper, but it doesn't smell like salt and pepper. I mean, there is a little bit of a sharpness that you get from black pepper, but this is kind of sweet and this one, like, it's really, really hard to describe what I'm smelling here. I know that I like it though. like I am very curious about Salt and Pepper from Precious Liquids because like this one, this is such an interesting smell. It smells somehow good for you. I don't know what that means. But like when I smell it, I'm like, I want whatever that is. It's really hard, like, because I know there's kind of a pepper spiciness, but it is pretty muted. It's not like super strong. Now this is also like on a little test strip that they sent me in a plastic little thing. So I don't know if I'm just smelling the base, but I don't want to talk too much about it just because I can't really figure out what's going on with it, except to say that I'm going to absolutely get a sample of it because it has my interest. Next up, more from Precious Liquids. I got included these little 5 ml samples that are very generous, though I have to say the sprayers on them are quite horrific. They are very bad sprayers. But that being said, let us start with Turquoise Water. Turquoise Water, this one to me, when I smell it, it is Herba Pura, kind of. Gives that vibe, kind of the soft, powdery, tropical thing going on. It's fine. Herba Pura for me really only works at the very end of the dry down. The rest of the time it kind of has a little bit of like a bathroom air freshener, like commercial air freshener sort of thing going on. And I hate to say it, but there's something similar here. Like, it's not bad, but like I kind of would expect to smell this like in a nicer establishment's bathroom. which sucks. I'm sorry to say that, Precious Liquids. That's but I think I'd say the same thing about Herba Pura, which I don't think this is like a clone of, but certainly reminiscent. Next up is Blue Agave. Blue Agave kind of, to me, gives off St. Bart's from Tommy Bahama. Gives off those vibes. And I like this one more than Turquoise Water. This one's growing on me, though I still would rather wear St. Bart's. This one probably, honestly, is probably higher quality, and not probably, it's higher quality, and I think it has, there's kind of a realness to it. This one, like, over time I will like, but it's hard for me not to do the comparison to St. Bart's, and they both kind of have this daiquiri thing going on, or I guess in this case it's tequila, but they kind of both have this alcoholic thing going on, and for me this one's, there's something about it that stops me from wanting to wear it. Like, I feel like it needs something. Like it's this clean, green, fresh fragrance. It's missing something though. It's missing the hook. You know what I mean? Like it has this pleasant smell, but it's missing something that grabs me and pulls me in and makes me want to smell it more. Like, I don't know, maybe ambroxan or something like that in here. There's some it doesn't captivate me. It smells good, but it doesn't captivate me, even in the way that St. Bart's does. And I think this smells higher quality than St. Bart's, but I would rather wear St. Bart's. Now we're into the big boys. This is another hit, another set from DS&DURGA, and I'm just gonna go through them pretty quickly here. Because I have been kind of rounding out, trying to smell everything I can from the house. There's a lot of stuff that they have that's limited edition juices that you can only smell in the store, but I've been getting samples of the rest, trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like, what I want to get. So to start off here, we have Leatherize. Leatherize is one of their fragrance enhancing fragrances. As you may pick up, the idea here is to add a leather note to other fragrances. I haven't really done that with this. This is a powerful fragrance. This is a leather fragrance, but this is a hardcore, like there's smoke and tar. Like, this is a dusty, dirty leather. This is not Tuscan leather. This isn't ombre leather. This is a rough, manly man's leather. I'd be interested to try and leatherize something else, but I have a feeling that this just runs right over the top of it. I don't know how this doesn't just overpower anything that you pair it with, because it is strong. This is a powerful, rich, rough leather fragrance. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you're interested in a leather fragrance that is quite a bit different from every other leather fragrance you've smelled, but still smells like leather, check out Leatherize from DS&DURGA. Next up is Grapefruit Generation. I just picked up because it sounded great, and I gotta say, this one is a super mixed bag for me that kind of, in a way, breaks my heart, because this one has like maybe one of the best openings I've ever smelled, and it's this like really sharp, fresh, maybe one of the most fresh fragrances I've ever smelled. Grapefruit. It doesn't have kind of the sourness that you get, or the bitterness from a grapefruit. It's kind of sweet and green is maybe a better way to describe this one. Oh, it's so beautiful. The opening for this, the first like 15-20 minutes, truly outstanding. When I first smelled this, I was like, I gotta buy this tomorrow. And then it dried down, and The dry down is still good, but like this amazing opening like totally flies off, and it somehow just becomes Versace Mano Fraiche, which is not a bad scent. It's a really nice, clean, fresh scent. But if I'm going to be spending DS&DURGA money, I don't really want to be getting Mano Fraiche. But man, this opening, if I could get like this opening, it's incredible. It really is a truly, like, it's worth getting a sample of, if for no other reason than just smelling this incredible opening, because it is really, really, really beautiful. Okay, next up, I don't know what. So this one is kind of the third leg of their vetiver stool. They have Cowboy Grass, Saint Vetiver, and then this is kind of the third one that they showcase as being like a vetiver fragrance. I think this one is a little bit more feminine targeted release, but I think it's totally unisex. At least they seem to market it more towards women. So for me, I don't know what is a great name, because that's kind of, there is an aspect of that when you smell this where you're like, what is that? Vetiver is in there for sure, but it's this really sharp, bright, fresh fragrance. It is hard to describe this. I don't know what is maybe like a great descriptor, because you're like, I smell something, but I don't know what. It's fresh, it's clean, it's green. It's got that kind of earthiness that you get from the vetiver, but in this case, it's amped up to a super clean level. I would like to get a bottle of this. I think I would wear this one. I think for me, especially in the spring and the summertime, this kind of like fresh, synthetic, but not like, not screechy, not fake smelling, but you could tell that it's doing something and you don't know how it's doing it, but it's got to be with dark wizardry. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the last one here, because this is the one that I'm actually the most excited to talk about. A recent release for them, and that is Black Magenta. This one, when I first smelled it, I was like, oh, that's good. And then it had that traditional thing of like spending more time with it, and every time I did, I just liked it more and more and more. And this is one that I'm gonna, like, this is at the top of the list for me to get from DS&DURGA next, is a bottle of this, because this is such a good scent. I will start off by saying it's very waxy. I don't think I really understood what that description meant in fragrances until I smelled this. But now I totally get it. Like, kind of this like makeup-y, lipsticky, lip smackery sort of textural thing with the smell that makes me say it's waxy. But underneath that, there's something nostalgic in here for me. There's something that smells familiar, even though I don't know what that would be. It's kind of, this is a very soft, sweet fragrance. So this would be a great fragrance for a date night or an evening. I think that's kind of how they seem to make it out on the town fragrance, which I could totally see. This is that sort of thing where when you catch whiffs of it, it's going to be this really warm softness. The sweetness also very appealing. The waxiness somehow keeps it from being cloying, and the waxiness is very pronounced. Like, I think maybe that's iris that's in here, which I also found interesting. I got this kind of like going, I don't know, iris, but man, this smells really, really good. I think it must be the iris that's giving it kind of that waxy textural thing. So there's a little bit of a chocolatey aspect to this too. I could see people saying that this is a little bit more feminine, but I think this is one of those things that, again, when a woman wears it, you go, oh, that's a great women's fragrance. And when a man wears it, you go, oh, that's a great men's fragrance. Like, I think it works both ways, and it is truly, truly beautiful. So I'm gonna just reiterate the same thing that I always say about DS&DURGA. You should be getting their little discovery sets, their discovery sets. They have such a unique and interesting array of fragrances, so check them out. Have you checked out any of these so far? Any thoughts or feelings? Anything that I missed? Are there fragrances from Sphinx that I need to smell that I didn't? Core essential fragrances? Please let me know, because I'm probably going to be revisiting that house quite a bit. I think they are doing something pretty cool. and I like the smell of their stuff. So I want to see how that continues to develop. But I do love me some DS&DURGA. So stay tuned for more. I'm going to have a fragrance roundup coming up here, hopefully very soon. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.